working on the 2014 Chevy Equinox with the 2.4 liter Ecotech. Talking today about how it sometimes gets that herky-jerky shaking thing. So you're driving along for however long, you pull up to a stop sign, stoplight, drive through, and all of a sudden, you know, the car starts shaking. Like, you feel the steering wheel, and then the whole car starts just shaking, right? Like this, it's happening. And then if you pop it into neutral, it dissipates, right? It goes back away. And there's no codes on the dash, and it's hard to figure out. So here's the solution I came up with. First things first, check your oil filter. Make sure it's not gunked up with some sort of contaminants or metal shavings or something that might be preventing flow of oil to go into the motor. Just because you changed the oil recently doesn't mean that it didn't have a problem. That leads us to the next phase of this, which is taking the air box off and the cover and getting down to the VVT solenoids. There's a hose clamp down here you need to take off. Let's see, right here. Connects to the air box. That one comes off 5/16. And then you come over here and take this one off. And before you start pulling on getting the air box off, you need to pop off this PCV line right here. Otherwise you might break that. And if yours still has the rubber grommets, they attach onto here and you're just pulling that up. So now you need to take your oil cap off so you can take this cover off. And again, it's got rubber grommets in the back you pull up on, but be careful of your PCV line. So put your oil cap back on. Make sure you're not dropping it in there. So over here's our VVT solenoids. So we've got the intake and the exhaust. Now mine's got a zip tie around them because the lock on this one's broken. But the first thing to test before you buy any parts at all is just unlock this and remove. Take both of the wiring harnesses off of the VVT solenoid, set them to the side, put everything back together, and then go drive it and see if that corrects it. If you don't have that problem, you'll know right now the VVT solenoids, one of them isn't functioning correctly. So that's a pretty easy way to tell. And if that's the case, you just replace them, preferably with, you know, Chevy GM parts. So in my case, when I pulled these out, and there's just either a 10 mil or 8 mil, 5/16, something like that, holding these in. When I pulled the exhaust one out, this came out with it. So this filter that's supposed to be on here had separated. Now I don't know if it's separated because there was junk in it or because it just failed, but that was a problem. The intake seemed to be fine, and I did test them. I ohmed them out and I put power to them, and they still seemed to ohm and click as far as that was concerned, but something definitely was not working correctly. So I did replace the exhaust with the GM part number, but then I had to go just to O'Reilly's and get a doorman, just because of time and availability, to get the intake side of this one. So I've got the Chevy GM exhaust and the Dorman intake right now, and I've driven this thing for, I don't know, it's been a week and a half under same conditions where it happened before with the shaky stuff, and I haven't had it happen again. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some video footage that I took while I was trying to diagnose this thing, just so you can see some of the data PIDs that was showing up. So this is the launch ThinkPad or something like that. I think it was $550 around Christmas time. It's a good product, especially for a DIYer who works on a lot of cars a lot. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you some footage. One of them in particular that showed the high pressure fuel rail sensor readings going into the thousands when it was shaking was an indicator to me of kind of leading down this path if something is messing with the system. But I'll show the map and the MAF sensor shots as well. They're not real entertaining, but it gives you something to compare it to, because they weren't having a lot of impact when it was shaking, but that way at least you have something to see in the numbers. So I'm going to end it on that video of just looking at it. So fast forward as you need to, but I hope it helps you out, because it definitely solved that shaking problem, which was obnoxious. Thanks. Alright, it's in neutral. It's got a normal idle. Putting it in drive. Starting to shake. Very rough shake. Very rough shake. About to die. Back in neutral. Leveling back out. In neutral. In drive. Shaking. Real bad. Back to neutral. In gear. Slight shake. Heavy shake. Normal idle. Little shake. A lot of engine noise. Shaking. Oh, lot of shaking. Smoothing back out.